Learning through play. It's a bit of a buzz concept at the moment, but what does it actually mean? And is it actually important? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Grow Together, Learn Together. My name's Mel. I'm an early childhood educator and primary school teacher, and I'm really excited to share some of my ideas, experience, and knowledge when it comes to raising children. As an adult, when we think about play, we think about time off from work or learning. We consider play as the opposite of work, as a time when we can take time away from all the information that our brains receive throughout our regular daily lives. All the instructions that our brains have to assimilate, the decisions we have to make, the problem solving we have to do, and so on. As a result, when we look at young children playing, we see this in the same way that we see our own playtime. We see them having fun and we tend to think that this is all that they're doing. The reality is quite different. Play is, in fact, how children learn. All that mental energy that I mentioned earlier that we do when we're at work or studying, this is what children are doing when they are playing. So in reality, play is children's work. Have a look at this image. We see a group of children playing with blocks. Yes, they are playing, but what else is going on? First, let's talk about what's going on in their brains. They're considering their options and making decisions about what blocks to use and why. They're assessing the size and shape of the blocks that they've already put on and what blocks to put on next. If their assessment is wrong and the blocks fall, then they have to make new adjustments to fix the problem so that they can continue building. They're recalling previous experience that they've had playing with these blocks to help them make these decisions, and each time they have to make a correction, they're adding new information to what they already know. In this way, they're learning to problem solve, be flexible and adaptable, as well as learning how to be resilient when things don't quite work according to their plans. At the same time, they're developing their social skills. They're learning how to communicate their ideas to each other, how to share their knowledge and skills with each other, as well as how to share the materials and therefore build patience. Group play like this also helps them to develop their vocabulary, their ability to construct sentences and make meaning as they communicate with each other. It helps them to learn to listen to each other and to take into account the ideas and opinions of others. And while all this is going on, their manipulation of materials helps them to develop their dexterity, their strength, their balance, as well as their hand-eye coordination. As you can see, what looks like play is a whole lot more than that. Here is another image of children playing. As you can see, this is a photo of a group of children playing in a pretend vet set up in a classroom. I'm sure you've all seen these types of play spaces before. A home corner or a kitchen. Why would a teacher set this up in a classroom? Imaginative or pretend play is really important for children's growth, learning and development. It is an excellent way for children to explore situations that may arise in our society. By engaging in these pretend play situations, they are given an opportunity to explore social roles. For example, in this image, someone is taking on the role of the vet, someone else the role of a concerned pet owner, maybe someone else is actually being a pet. By doing this, they're considering how these roles fit into our society. What are the purposes of roles such as a vet, and how we interact with each other in certain situations. It also gives them the opportunity to explore different tools and equipment. For example, in a play kitchen, they might pretend to chop vegetables, to measure using measuring cups and spoons, to stir and pour. They might also practice reading and using recipes. At the same time, they're practicing mathematical skills by pretending to measure and estimate amounts of ingredients. And while all this is happening, they're also developing their dexterity, their fine motor skills, their hand-eye coordination, and their spatial awareness. This kind of pretend play is important as it helps children to develop an understanding of the world around them, how they fit into it, as well as preparing them for growing up and increasingly having to take responsibility for themselves in those situations. These are just some examples of the types of play a child might engage in throughout their day. Imagine how much learning and development is happening throughout an entire day. There is so much more to this topic than I've covered in this video, and I'm planning on discussing it further in future videos. For now, let's leave it at play is really important, and children learn a lot through play. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you found this interesting and valuable. If you liked this video, please hit like, consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to press the little bell to get notified when I post further videos. See you later.